Girl, you so random.
Well, I'm on EV. Seeking a better life, we out here trying to get this cake. Better late than never, but never late is great. Sleeping early morning, grinding while it's late. But now we in apartments, next we buy a state. No content water down, no ocean pond or lake. Put together with the current, and we never push the weight. Prepare to face my fate. 10 toes down with faith. Through twists and turns of life, man, we always gonna be straight.
Hi guys, it's Oni again, randomly Oni B. I am back again for my second video, and this time I decided to, of course, be random and shoot somewhere else. So, thanks to my cousin who allowed me to share her space just for a little while. I just wanted to come today just to share a little time with you guys. Just a little update on my hand. I'm able to wear my ring now. My finger is still swollen a little bit and all that. I still have a little scraping there, but I just missed my ring so much, and I had to get it back on. So I just braved the pain, putting it back on, and I got it back on. So I'm definitely happy about that. But just to not ramble, because I got some feedback from some of my friends, and of course they were like, you are rambling, and that's what I do, because I'm a rambler and I'm random and I'm awkward and all those things. But today it's just a little bit different. I felt just a different feeling, and I just wanted to really stay true to the reason for me doing this, the reason for me taking the time to sit in front of a camera and potentially look crazy and have people criticize or whatever the case may be. I really want to stay true to why I'm doing this. The fear of failure, the fear of failing, the fear that I will fail. And I know that that's something that so many of us battle with, so many of us have trouble with. And I think for me, for so long, that's been a fear for me. And even right now as I'm sitting here, let me pinch myself and show you that it's real. I'm really here in the flesh. I have a fear that I will fail. I'm here to talk about the fear of failure. I grew up the baby of my family, really, literally the baby. Like, I was the youngest cousin for a while, and my brothers are older than me. I have two older brothers, so everyone kind of babied me, from my parents to my brothers to my cousins and my aunts and my uncles. Even to this day right now, they still think that I'm like 16. But one of the things that I think has pushed me into this place of the fear of failing is the perception of my peers and the perception of my family and my friends, just because I'm afraid that if I don't live up to the expectations and the standards that they want or that they have set out for me, that I fail. And I've had to really recognize and realize that that's not necessarily the case. So I've always been taught that failure is my choice. It's my option. I'm choosing it. So I always felt like, why would I want to choose that? Why would I want to choose failure? And I guess the thing for me to really recognize or realize is that sometimes it's not really a choice. It's inevitable. You won't always succeed. And I think that's the biggest thing that is hard to kind of recognize or come to when you're always taught you will succeed, and that's great. You should be pushed all the time to do well, to succeed and grow, but sometimes we forget to recognize the failure. And even within failure, there's still some success, and that's what I've had to really learn. I used to be so ashamed of the time that it took me to finish college. I started college in 2008, and I just graduated from college, getting my bachelor's degree in nursing in May of 2015. So now it's a year. So of course, I saw plenty of my family members and friends and peers pass me by, and people will always be like, Oh, nee girl, when you graduating? Oh, you been in school that long? Oh, you should have went to school to be a doctor. I mean, so many things that I had to hear, and of course I laughed like, oh, it's whatever, it's nothing. I'm this, I'm that, and I would lie to myself and lie to them, even saying that I'm okay and I'm not worried. But then when I go home and I'm by myself, I cry and I wonder, Lord, what is it about me? Am I stupid? Am I dumb? Am I all these things that people are saying? Should I just drop out and go do something else and just get a regular job? Many of the things that a lot of people said to me, a lot of people that I felt were so close and I really, really respected. So, of course, I felt like maybe they're right. They know me better than I know me. And that's really how I felt. And it was so hard to reach a place where I felt like, forget them, forget everything. And in that time between feeling like a failure and even today, I've had to deal with so much within myself. I've really recognized that I am like my biggest downfall. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you that are watching this probably are in the same boat, have been in the same boat, can really connect with what I'm saying. And one thing in particular that really kind of stands out to me is whenever, I would get overlooked for a lot of things from high school to college. I always, in the back of my mind, I felt like I had this voice and I always felt like there was something more that I was supposed to be doing. I should be in the front, but I always found myself in the back, and I would find myself kind of just in the crowd, or I would be known but not really known. And my goal is not to be known in that aspect ever. It's not about that. But I felt like I was drowning. I felt like my voice was mute. Like I felt like I was talking, but no one could hear me. No one was listening, and I wasn't even listening to myself. And I remember so many times teachers telling me, you should just go straight to community college. And there's nothing wrong with community college at all. But for me, that was not my option. And I feel like I've always tried to prove something to people, and just out of fear that people would talk about me, or, people would just not really understand me or want to understand me, or whatever the case may be. And I'm nervous because this is a huge leap to share something or pieces of me that I don't really share. And I truly have a fear of failure in every aspect of life. I have the fear that I will fail being a wife, the fear that I've already failed being a daughter, the fear of failing to be a sister, to be a great aunt, to be a friend, and so much more. Being overlooked for so long and being told that you're not enough, that you'll never amount to anything, that people will not listen to you, you mean nothing. These are things that I've had to hear from many people on many occasions all throughout my life. So many negative things that I've had to hear, and I would take them in. Every single word or statement that someone said about me, I would take it literally. They would put it in my hands, and I would take it and I would just stick it right on me. Just stick it here, stick it on my forehead, stick it on my mouth. I would eat it. It consumed me. And that's something that I battled with. And even deciding to start a channel just to talk and get my feelings out and help someone else was a fear for me. I've just been like, no, you're not good enough. You can't do it. No. But sometimes you have to just take a chance. And I can remember being in a relationship with a guy, and him talking to me as if I was nothing. Like I just had no purpose, and saying that I would not finish college or I would not get past anything. Like my sole purpose was being with this person, and that was gonna be like my meal ticket. And to be real and to be honest, for a while I did feel that way. I felt like that was the case. And a lot of people, of course, don't even know that. They feel like I'm the strongest person in the world. But that's not necessarily the case. And I'm finally okay with that. And that fear of failure is being embedded in you. And sometimes it's not necessarily you, it's other people. Because the fear of failure is real. And when I was in nursing school, it was a struggle. When I was in there, many people doubted me, from family to friends. Many people told me, you should just stop. Maybe it's not meant for you to be a nurse. I don't think you're gonna go far. You won't succeed in this. I felt like this is not for me. I won't be able to complete this. I can't do it. I can't. There's no one in my corner supporting me. I don't really see it. I can't feel it. I can't reach it. It's something in me. Why is everyone else successful? Why are all these other people, being the face of everything? I couldn't really understand that. But a lot of times when you put yourself backwards in the back, that's where you will stay. And that's what I really, really had to realize. Like, I will stay there in the back if I continue to keep putting myself back there.
Girl, you so random.
Well, I'm on EV.